About. Sleeping good means she was at Feel Your Thoughts last night, 7:45 every, well, 9:45 p.m. Eastern Standard Time every Tuesday, Fanbase and YouTube. And we hit the bowl and we feel the thoughts. Like they physically have a feeling in your body. And so that's what we got to do because I slept really well also. Well, welcome everybody to a lovely, what is it, Wednesday. What are we talking about today? What have you done for me lately? What have you done for me lately? This is what your body, this is what you, this is what you're asking you. What have you done for me lately? Have you looked in that mirror? Have you looked in that mirror into your eyes and said, I sure do appreciate all that you do for me? Have you done that? You see, it's not just something that's woo-woo or out of this world. You're supposed to edify yourself. Because I bet you anything, if you look in the mirror and say, what is all the good things my body has done for me? Let me see. Well, I did this. And what do? You say, you know what? I appreciate. I appreciate what you do for me on a daily basis. Is there anything that I can do to help? That's what we do. Those are the things we say to ourselves. I got a note, and it was I don't think I breathe all that deep. I'm having trouble. And I was like, is that so? See, the body is saying, hey, I need more nourishment. But you know why it comes? It comes when we neglect ourselves. So today is the last day for that, yes? It is the last day that we neglect. You can't separate spirit from body. You're not your body alone. You're not your spirit alone. Those two things are now in correspondence. As within, so without. Spirit within, body on the outside. So take some time to gaze on your reflection because it's asking, what have you done for me lately? Yeah, we eat, we drink water, we walk, we exercise, but that's only part of the equation. The other part is, do you feel that tension in your shoulders? Are you holding your breath? Is your belly tight? What is going on? Take the time to appreciate your body. Your body also does much more for you. It is where you house your skills and talents that you use on a daily basis. Did you say thank you for that? Every time you remember something, you say, oh, this memory's on point. Thank you for reminding me. That's what you tell it. The eyes work. Well, you say, well, thanks for looking out. Your ears, you say, I heard you. You speak to your body, clearly because it's listening. It's listening to every single thing you say, and it is watching what you do, never to judge you, but because it must. That is how it's been created. So what have you done? What have you done for it lately? If you can bend over and touch your toes or lift your leg up to tie your laces, you know, that's your cue to say, huh, why thank you. This is nice. I appreciate that. I appreciate the assistance. You go somewhere and your intuition says, hey, and you listen to the intuition and you come out feeling good and you stop and you say, oh, well, I appreciate that. Good looking out. You see, these may seem like inconsequential things, but you gotta do them. Well, why is that? Because when you stop to appreciate something, you give it your attention. When you give it your attention, you're putting energy into it. When you put energy into it, it is infused and enlivened. Well, you had a good sleep. You stretch your body and you say, oh, yeah, that was nice. Let's do it again. Encourage your body. Now, if you find that there's a little bit of pain somewhere, you say, oh, what are you saying? Oh, that hip hurts? You put your hand on it. Isn't that the reflex? The natural response? You put your hand on it. It has your attention now. Give it your attention and you tell it, oh, what are you saying? What needs to be done here? What seems to be the trouble? How can we work together to fix this? Oh, but Angela, won't that be crazy? If you don't talk to you, how do you know when it's talking to you? You have to speak to yourself. You see, unconsciously we speak to ourselves, and not always in a pleasant way. You see, sometimes when we speak to ourselves, oh, we can be so harsh and judgmental. But if you make it a practice to edify yourself, to speak to yourself kindly, you'll find, you'll notice, because you won't be able to miss it. Something begins to happen to you. I don't know what that something is, but it kind of goes something like, I feel better. What? How is that possible? But of course you feel better. You're giving yourself a pep talk, but not just a pep talk out of the blue, a pep talk that appreciates and genuinely appreciates. So when you're walking by that mirror, next time you catch your reflection in your periphery, you say, ah, what have you done for me lately? Let me see. And you take note, and you give thanks, and you ask questions where need be. It is important that we do these things. It is important that we take stock. And we do for ourselves. You know, we have these fancy labels, self-love, self-care. When in actuality, it's a, what have you done for me lately? And you see, when your body is asking you that question, it's not judging you. It's a gentle reminder. Because then when you look at it, you begin to appreciate. A true sense of gratitude is what happens when you begin to do these things. You know? And then a boundary emerges as well. Because when you go somewhere, you will not tolerate anybody saying anything that is unsavory to you. Not that you'll retaliate, but that you'll see it for what it is. You'll notice if they have the audacity to be snarky with you and try and cut you down and belittle you, what will you know? Oh, perhaps they don't spend enough time telling themselves what they appreciate. That's what you'll notice. And when you notice that, well, then you won't engage in nonsense. You won't throw hands or catch hands. You understand? But you'll recognize and you'll give a kind word. Why would you possibly give a kind word? Because that's what you've conditioned yourself to do for you. And as within, so without. You see, it is far, far reaching. It goes way beyond what we can imagine. You're not just helping you. You're helping others. You know, Neville always says, the golden rule, don't wish for anyone what you wouldn't want for yourself. You want compliments, but honest ones, non-judgmental ones. Then take that. Listen, it can only be 1 minute, if that. Just stop and gaze at yourself. And answer the question, what have you done for me lately? It's not just the Janet Jackson song, y'all. What have you done for me lately? Yeah. It's not just a song. But next time you go in the mirror, you'll probably sing it. And that's how you'll remember to edify yourself. And in your self-edification, you will become a much more gracious person. I'm not saying that you aren't. I'm saying you'll now become gracious by law because you will recognize what's going on around you. You see, nobody wants to be bitter. Nobody wants that. They just don't know how to fix it. It's so simple to fix. See, we've allowed ourselves, not in a bad way, because like I say, most of these things we've learned as youngsters. And we're so quick to castigate. Oh, why can't you? Oh, why didn't you? Oh, dear. But what if we stopped and asked ourselves and inquired within, what have you done for me lately? And that's your cue to say, well, what would you like? See, we have cravings too, don't we? Sometimes we want to shut those off, or sometimes we want to overindulge. But when do we stop to ask, what does that mean? What are you saying to me? It is important that we do this. It is the highest form of gratitude to be thankful for you. Oh, but Angela, look at the world we're in. How can I just give thanks for that? Because you are one of. You and I, you're one of, I'm two of, three of, four of. See, we're one of 8 billion. That's what it is. See, if we took stock and we answered that question, what have you done for me lately? I think we'd be hard pressed to exploit the other person or be jealous of them. We wouldn't need to be jealous or covet. Why? Because we would understand. And when you comprehend on such a level that when you interact with others, you're like, oh, I get it. Then when you see what the other person is doing, because you're the one watching them, you begin to see what you are doing. It causes you to look at yourself. Why would people be afraid to do that? Some people say, oh, I can't sit there and be quiet for that long. That's so much. I'm like, but aren't you just hanging out with you? Now, I love a crossword puzzle. Oh, they are brilliant. I'll sit there and do those. And the thoughts are going through my mind, and I just bring it back to the crossword at hand. That's what I do. You spend time with yourself. Listen, if you don't enjoy your company, how can someone else? That's a very important question. If you are not enjoying your own company, how can someone else? But to get to enjoy your company, you must spend time. And a funny thing happens after 30 seconds. You get up again and you do that other 30 seconds, and you're like, oh, this is nice. I didn't know I was so chic. I didn't know I was so cool, if I do say so myself. Next thing you know, you are out and about somewhere and somebody says, hey, I was thinking of you. You're looking real good. Then the first thing you ask yourself is, what? They're in my mirror? How do they know? Because the time you spend in conversation with yourself, edifying yourself, it is projected outward. It is the law of gender. Projection is always happening. It is always happening. And it happens more so when you have a strong emotion behind it. So today, take stock. Ask yourself, what have you done for me lately? And begin to answer it. Now let us take a moment to welcome everybody into the space. Well, Twitter, they're just a part of the replay gang today. Fan base, I see y'alls. Let's see who's here. Nadia B. Swan Coco Love is here. My Melanin L. KZ, Miss McQueen, Yolanda, and Zola. You are here. It is such a good thing to see you all. YouTube, who's here? Well, who's made themselves known? Let's go backwards. Pens, I see you. Cyber, I'm going to come to that question in a moment, Cyber. I see it. The better man, Shea Butter. Hello, darling. Synovia, I see you. A not. Oh, my beautiful KZ is what? She's omnipresent today. Loving it. And David, David, as I was laying there this morning, I said, oh, I got to remind David to tell me what Bible story he wants for next Monday. And here you are. Good to see you. Good to see you. Now, I haven't said Sonia yet. I haven't said Brian or Empressella. Even Tracy. Double A. Missing some people today. But I see you. Welcome and thank you all for being here. 1 Corinthians 3, verse 16. Do you know that you are God's temple and that God's Spirit dwells in you? If anyone destroys God's temple, God will destroy him. For God's temple is holy, and you are that temple. Mull that over for a moment. That phrase in there that says, if anyone destroys God's temple, God will destroy him. What does that sound like? Correspondence, as within, so without. You see, if you destroy the temple by way of not edifying, if you destroy the temple by judging, you see, what we do to ourselves, we will do to someone else. Why is that? Because you're the temple. Think about this. The Spirit of God. Where else did it dwell? In the Ark of the Covenant. According to Bible story, something as pristine and as beautiful and as flawless as the Spirit of God. You couldn't even touch the Ark of the Covenant. And mind you, it has another meaning, but we won't go there this morning. Something as precious. You could not just simply touch it, and you had to be holy to touch holy, because those things must always correspond. So part of what that 1 Corinthians 3 verse 16 is telling you is that as you do for you on the inside, so must you do on the outside. You see? Cyber, yes, it flows with the topic today. That's why it is important that you treat yourself. Thank you, Cyber, for that. Treat yourself as if you were the temple, as if you were the ark, where the most beautiful and holy of relics is within you. A temple is a most sacred place. You don't just traipse through it with your dirty shoes. You have to take those off at the door. Remember when Moses was on top of the mountain and God said, well, take off your shoes because where thou stand is holy ground. What made it holy? The Spirit made it holy because it was there. So the Spirit is within you. Thus, you are holy. Well, not because it's my opinion. It is law, correspondence, as within, so without. So when you ask that question, what have you done for me lately? Go through and see all the things. List all the things. Because what are you doing? You're going through those most beautiful relics, those beautiful artifacts. Think about a museum. What does it put on display? The rarest of things, the most beautiful of things. And sometimes you can't even touch those things. They are revered. But yet, we want to get up and say to ourselves, ugh, I'm so not. That's how we treat the Holy of Holies? Really? That's what we're going to do? So you see, at every turn, whether you believe in the Bible or not, you know the law, and the law is in there. So now that you know the law, what will you do with it? Apply. What is within you? That's the question. Beautiful things are within you. Beautiful things. Only beautiful things. Oh, but Angela, how can you be so sure? Well, look at the law. They are precise. They are ordered. They don't deviate. They can be trusted, relied upon. Well, they have integrity. Well, that's beautiful, isn't it? Because if you could not rely on it, if there was no law of a rhythm and things just happened, you'd have no inner peace because you wouldn't know what's coming next. And it's a beautiful thing to have inner peace. So you see today, take stock when you ask yourself, what have you done for me lately? These are the most important things. It draws your attention solely upon you. Just right on you. It's a good thing. Because then the next time you even try to have the thought that says, I'm just not so, as soon as it even, listen, as soon as that thought even tries to emerge, you'll catch yourself and go, oh, well, there's only beauty made. I'm the evidence of that. And I'm not speaking of a superficial beauty. I'm not talking about the stuff that's on the surface. The stuff that's on the surface is a reflection of the stuff on the inside. This is law. It is law. Take comfort in that. Take comfort in that. So the missive is this. The next time you walk by, you know how when you're walking by like the mall and you see your reflection in the glass? Yeah, stop. It, of course, just looks like you're window shopping. But you ask, what have you done for me lately? What have you done for me lately? And you begin to admire the handiwork that is you. Something happens when you do that. You begin to treat yourself better in all forms. Eating better, sleeping better, exercising, speaking to yourself, spending quality time with yourself. All those things happen naturally for you from that one simple activity. Just that one tiny thing. Plant that one tiny seed and watch it emerge into something glorious. These are the things we get to do for ourselves. So when someone comes along, hey, they just play the role that you've assigned them. And what's that role? To edify and not judge you. Because you're not edifying. That's what you're doing. You're edifying you, so they must do the same. And if they don't, that simply means you are running parallel to them. You're running parallel to an energy. You don't have to entangle with it. Especially if it's not what you want. You see, it also teaches us discernment when we take stock of the good things that we are. Because then when you look upon yourself and you see a little habit that you're like, oh, I'm still doing that. Oh, let's fix that now. I'm here now and I'm doing this now. I'd like to do that instead. And you use polarity to create your new behavior and your new way of being. You didn't even waste any time to say, really, this is so hard. You didn't waste any time with that. You said, I see you. And you fix it. You, instead of complaining about what you are, you recognize who you want to be and you become it with your new actions. That is your word today. What have you done for me lately? That is the question that your body is asking. It's really your spirit, too. So, how are you going to answer that question? It is a beautiful thing to ask those questions. You see, because we have gifts, we have talents, don't we? When did you get up and say, oh, oh, I appreciate that. I'm so glad I know how to do that. Ooh, thanks for showing up all the time. What will that help you to do? It will help you to continually hone your craft and become a master at it. And then we'll stop saying things like, I feel so taken for granted. You're not taking yourself for granted at all. Not if you get up and, what have you done for me lately? You see, don't be ashamed to do it. Don't be ashamed to do it. When your dog sits, when you say sit, and you pet it and you say, good dog. That's edification to the dog. What is it more prone to do? Follow through with that behavior next time. Same thing for children. The same thing for children. Oh, wow, you did such a great job. Oh, thanks for helping out. Thanks for sweeping the floor. I appreciate it. And they beam and they glow, don't they? Edification. Now, if you can see it in them, and they glow and they just are basking in that glory, what do you think you are doing when you edify yourself? The same thing. It's like a plant. When you expose it to beautiful green light, oh, it flourishes. Edification is like that. You see, because it's a good vibration. It elevates you. So no more walking with those shoulders that are rolled forward and hunched over. Come now. No, none of that. That ends today, right now, actually. You lift your shoulders up, lift your head and your eyes up, and you walk like you mean it. Walk like you mean it. And you know what that will do for you? Even though you do it physically, it seems like nothing else is happening with that. Oh, a lot happens when you lift the frame. You open the chest. You can breathe a little easier. The more efficient you're breathing, the better oxygenated you become. The foggy mind goes away. You see, we think these things just, oh, well, I'm just walking with my shoulders up, big deal. No, it is far reaching. And if you have more oxygen and you're clearer in your mind, you're in a better mood. You're not cranky because you're cutting off your oxygen. I tell you, the cause is like dropping that pebble in the lake and it ripples. You don't see where those ripples end up. You don't see where the effects end up all the time. But you surely do begin to feel them throughout your body. And that's why your body's asking you, what have you done for me lately? Emmeline, Nancy, I see y'all. K-Frame. Ties, tidbits. Shanice. And Justy, I see you. And Jeff. So today, ask yourself, because if you are asking you, well, what have you done for me lately? If you're busy asking you that, and you're doing the things that edify you, you realize you don't have to stop and ask somebody else, what have they done for you? Because they will fall into what? Correspondence. They will play the role you assign them. Mind you, everybody's always playing the role you assign them. But how about we do that consciously? Oh, but Angela, I just couldn't get out of bed this morning. I was just so ho hum. Well, lay there for a moment. Just lay there. What has your body done for you? But Angela, it just feels so tired all the time. Where is it not feeling tired? Don't ignore the fatigue. Ask it, why are you so tired? It will begin to tell you. And when it begins to tell you why it's so tired, you'll come across something that corresponds with that. You go, oh, that's what's happening. And what will you do? You'll be led to fix it. So that you can do what? Get out of bed. Oh, but I'm depressed. What do you feel good about? Somebody said to me the other day, I don't feel good about anything in life. And I was like, oh, yikes. Well, I'm sure there's something you can feel good about. You got a good regular bowel movement? Believe me, I see way too many irregular ones in clinic. They are not fun. You think they don't have a ripple effect on the body? You don't take regularity for granted until you recognize that you are irregular. That's the worst kind of feeling there is. So find the itty bitty thing that you think is most irrelevant. I promise you it isn't. That's why you take that moment. What have you done for me lately? And you answer it. It doesn't matter if you have to sit there and think of those things to discover them. The point of the matter is, if you look for the good, well, you're sure to find it. But if you look for the bad things, you'll find them too. Right? You'll find them too. I just scrolled down to the new comment here. Manifest with Jax. She says, I needed this so much this morning. She said she did not want to get up to go to the gym, but then I refocused on who I want to become. Your live came at the perfect time. I am simply playing the role she assigned. Do you see it? As within, so without. You don't know how far-reaching what we do. They don't know how far-reaching it goes. That's why if you just lay there and you do not do the things that bring you joy, they add to your existence. If you don't do them, when you do them, you edify yourself. You uplift yourself. The world needs more uplifted people and attitudes in it. You be it. I be it. Lady Elevated. Lady Elevation? Ah, there you go. It's nice to see you. How apt is your name? Elevate yourself. Edify. Because when you begin to do that, like Manifest with Jax says, then you remember who you said you wanted to be. And then you get up and you do the actions that confirm who you say you want to be, instead of falling prey to the activities that deny. You see, there's so much beauty to each and every one of you. And you don't have to go and rummage through anything to find it. Simply look into your eyes and bam, there it is. It's right there. Right there. If you sing or you write poetry, hey, recite your poetry in the mirror and have it uplift you. When you're in the shower, you're automatically in theta brain waves. You get ideas in there. You can write new poetry in there. There's so much. Take pleasure in knowing that you, as Cyber reminded us so beautifully, we are the temple. And only good and beautiful things that are of the highest value are in temples. You know how much money goes into building a temple? Shoot. We put all that effort we put on the outside to build the most beautiful structures. Yet, the one structure that is before us all day, every day, we can't even see it. So, what have you done for me lately? That's the question to answer when you look in the mirror. That's the question. Answer the question, and you'll see how good you feel. And it's not just a, oh, this tickles, this is nice. No, it goes so deep. You walk out the door and somebody says, you're glowing. What you doing? You got a new face cream? That's the first thing people think to ask. You vegan now? What? No. I edify myself now. That's what you say. You're like, me? Oh, girl, I just edify me now. It looks nice, doesn't it? Exactly. Oh, but Angela, isn't that conceited? Really? You want somebody to come along and tell you that you're beautiful to make you feel good. But if you tell yourself, oh, yeah, looking good, you feel good, yes? If you tell yourself that, that's conceited. No. It is, however, arrogant to want somebody to do for you what you are not willing to do for yourself. Why would they be encouraged to do it? You haven't given them a blueprint to follow, as within, so without. See? What have you done? What have you done for me lately? Spend your time today thinking that and feeling it and answering it honestly, because there's no judgment there. Not a single shred of it. So, countdown initiated. 5, 4. Jamea, honey, did you sleep good last night?
I slept amazing. That's why I was late.
If y'all are wondering why she slept so good, right? She came to the Feel Your Thought. It's every Tuesday on Fanbase and YouTube, every Tuesday at 9:45 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. You see, because we have thoughts in our heads, we have images in our heads, but those thoughts and images bring about a sensation in the body. And you know, most people don't even know what their body feels. And so, what we do there, we have a thought, we have a sensation in the body. And you choose the thought or the image you want to have so that your body can do what? Correspond. And then we hit the bowl. Yeah, we hit the bowl, the Tibetan bowl, and it reverberates through our bodies. You see, science tells us if you tap a tuning fork in a room full of pianos, every single piano will vibrate at the same frequency as that tuning fork. Now, here's the question. Are you not the piano? Think about that for a moment. 2, right? Because when you listen to something, you are tuned to it. You will match it. You will fall into correspondence with it. That's why the bowl and the tuning fork, that's why these things work. Because what? It's the law of vibration. Everything moves. But the body is tuned in such a way, right? You're feeling a little off? Hit the bowl, the Tibetan bowl, the crystal fork, the tuning fork. It doesn't matter. And your body will start to vibrate at that frequency. 1. Now you know where to find us if you want to catch the last remnants of gravy in the bowl. We're on YouTube, y'all. Yes. Twitter is closed. Fan base, I love y'all. I do. Thank you for the love and thank you for being here and hanging out this morning. You know, you're always welcome to pop over to YouTube, you know. That's where I'll be. I love you. Moderators, Zola, Yolanda, thank you so very much for your assistance today. It is always truly appreciated. I will see you soon. Much love.
Welcome.
Yes. Much love, fan base. Fan base is closed. Just you and I. Oh, shoot, wait. I'm just seeing your comment there. Um, I'm coming. The bowl is, because I don't have a lot of space in here. Let me get the bowl for y'all. It's right within arm's reach. It is within arm's reach. Ah, Yolanda, I see you. Manifest with Jax. Enjoy the beautiful day. And you're welcome, honey. We're going to do it again. I need space. So that my sound is just. Let's see. I'll put it here. Do it again. One more time for your mind. There. See? It is a most beautiful thing. Then you allow yourself to answer that question. It is. What have you done for yourself? What have you done for me? That's what it's asking. These things are, Cyber, it's, then you, because I play that bowl when I'm sitting in bed, and then you feel it. It comes up your toes. Listen, it is like literally, you feel your body. That went on. Thank you for hitting the ball. Like it just, like you said, it oscillates throughout the body because whoa, 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 whoa. Oh, God help us all. That is, you see, now here's part of what I'll be teaching. This is only for patrons who actually want to go deeper in the law. It's not for beginners. This is for people who want to go beyond now. Like the mystery schools used to be, where we learn different things. This is one of the things we'll be learning together, how to feel the energy in your body and make it do that same oscillation, that same pulse. There's a purpose for everything. But I'm refining it and getting those exercises ready so that when I launch it on Patreon, for the people who want to go that distance, that's what we'll be doing. And so it's just like when I feel it, I'm like, oh, like you're like a cat in the sun, you just spread out and you go, oh, more please. It is amazing, and it does so much. As I say, we might not see the distance that it travels, but you can be sure that it does do something. David said, "You really hit home yesterday when you spoke of the state of your tongue and the teeth marks." Yes, your inner behavior, as within, so without. The body will always tell you. So if you've had a lifetime of worrying and fretting, you're going to have a swollen tongue with teeth marks. It disrupts the flow in your body to excessively worry. It does. And it shows on the tongue. I guess that $87,000 did pay off, didn't it? That's my student loan, y'all. I did take that in school, but you don't learn. You know what the Constitution is. You know, the teeth marks on the tongue and the swollen tongue. You know what it means. But the law is beautiful in such a way that it shows you why it's there. Not how it got there. It's showing you why it's there. Why the body behaves the way it does is what the law shows you. Because that's one of the first things we learn is if there's a blockage above, you're going to have one below. And I was like, wait, what? Why is that? And that's what prompted me to dig. Thus, we're here with Hermetics, the 7 principles, the laws of creation. Yeah. So you see, I had no idea how far reaching that education would go. None whatsoever. Things like cupping, acupuncture, gua sha, you're just, uh, mm, those beautiful things, you know? Cyber, you're asking me oh, hey Walter, what microphone do I use? My SM58, my Shure SM58. It is a singer's mic. Yes, y'all, I used to sing publicly back in the day. I don't anymore. As my son says, oh, mother, I just sing for my enjoyment. I'm like, but you sound like an angel. He's like, oh, mom, I just sing for my enjoyment. I sing for my enjoyment too. I've had my mic for well over, I don't know, 20 something years. Indeed, I have. I love my mic. It's a Shure SM58. It is one of the most popular mics on the planet. Betcha you've seen it. And even the podcaster mics, that is the Shure what? Oh dear Lord. The D70. Oh, let me tell you something. That mic, Lord have mercy. That Shure D70. You want warmth? Cyber. Yeah, that's it, the 70. Oh, Cyber. I saw that mic. I tested out because we can go to Long and McQuaid and you can rent it, right? I rented it for the weekend. I fell in love with it, but I took it back. Why did I take it back? Because my Shure SM58 is here with me in my closet. You know, it's so portable with me, especially without my mic stand. But if I'm out and I'm doing a live stream and I need my hands free, and then the D7, you know, it's good. I just find my versatility is so much easier with my SM58. But yes, that's what I heard that they're so warm, and I'm like, warm, you say? And that's why I like it. Empress Ella, honey, I see you. The MV7. I don't think I've heard of that one, Emanon. Yeah, but that's what it is. You know, take some time to appreciate your gifts and talents. Take some time to appreciate those things. You must appreciate them. Yes. If you're an artist, if you're a designer, if you're a poet, Queen Marat, LC. I haven't seen LC in quite some time. If you're a writer, Brian, Matthias, he's a screenwriter. Take pride in what you do. That thing that you do didn't just appear out of nowhere. That thing that you do so well came about because it did. It molded and shaped you. So begin to take stock of it. Give thanks for it. Be pleased about it. Because it is what makes you such a beautiful vibration. If you can use sound to create, but of course you can. Sound, light, color. Well, color falls under light, but yes. A particular, if you hum your favorite song, it inspires you to do something. You created. Yes. It's a catalyst to creation. The impetus, even, to creation. The starting point. Ah, my beautiful Empress Ella, it is so good to see you. I did call your name earlier. Right? So that's what I wanted to tell you today. What have you done for me lately? That's what it's saying to you. Well, answer the question and tell it. Get in the mirror and you tell yourself, oh, what have you done for me lately? Some people don't like seeing themselves naturally. Birthday suit. What? Get in the mirror. You know how much your body does for you in a day? At least look at it. Shoot. And if you're going to look at your body in your birthday suit, why would you judge it? Don't you judge that body. You are in it. Judge the body, you judge the self. Right? Be pleased with what is yours. You must be. If you are displeased with what you are in, how is somebody else going to look at it and go, ooh, girl, that's a snack. Oh, hello, look at those muscles. How is that going to happen if you don't do it for yourself? It is the law of correspondence. As within, so without. You know what it will prompt you to do, though? If you look at it and you say, well, I like this. I like this. This is nice too. All the parts that you think you don't like, do you know what you'll do? Lift, tighten, and tone is what you'll do. Why? Because you want to look at it in all of its splendor. Yes. It's so much. It does so much. It does so much. Show some appreciation for you. And then other people will play the role that has been assigned. Nobody can come along and criticize you unless you criticizing yourself. Bree, honey, hey, she's part of the replay gang. Unless, of course, she's been here this whole time. Right? Replay gang. What? But I trust these things make sense. Ooh, cyber. You've got the SM7B. Oh, hallelujah. It is beautiful. It is beautiful. Yeah. Oh, you just woke up, honey. Look at you. Now that's the life right there, isn't it? So just remember today, what have you done for me lately is the question that you need to answer when you gaze at yourself in the mirror. If you're going to gaze at yourself in the mirror, you better be edifying yourself. You judge yourself. And then you want to say crazy things like, they mean fun of me. What? You assigned them that role. Listen, As within, so without. Love, appreciation, hmm, starts on the inside. Cynthia, darling, you have a great day too, and I'm glad you were here. So that's what I'll leave you with today, my beautiful friends, or as Tiny's Tidbit says, beautiful creators. I want you to go out there and simply edify yourself. Bree, I just have to say, honey, you are just so creative. You got mad skills, man. She decorates. Yeah. What's your tag? You don't throw nothing away. You just keep these things. She made this top. I saw her made, and she trimmed it with flowers, and I was like, wow, if I had half of that talent, shoot, what? Mm-mm. Look, it's just a vest to me, okay? I don't see what you see, but that's the beauty. You bring your beauty to the world, and you share it with everybody. It is so lovely. Thanks for that. Yeah. See what Bree? She says transmute everything. And that's change it from one form to another. Transmutation in the physical, right? Oh, amazing. It is lovely. Yeah, for sure. Well, everybody, let us go forth and edify the self. And the next time, before you think to ask if somebody, what have you done for me lately? No, ask yourself, what have you done for me lately? And then follow through. What's that, Bree? You admire my ability to be so disciplined and see results? Girl, I don't like disappointment. So I gotta follow through. And you know what it is? It's because I get up and I do it every day, right? I live it every single day. Even though some situations are challenging, I sit there and I'm like, okay, where's the law? What am I gonna do? And I get out polarity and I do it and I do it because it's just one of those things, because it's far reaching. So thank you. It is far reaching. And part of the law, right? When you touch it and you start working with it, have you ever seen one of those desert roses? I think you put water on it and it just blooms into this thing. Or one of those is it Japanese tea? A tea bud, you pour the hot water on it and then bam, it just blossoms. Well, every time you get around the law and you use it and you touch it and you say it, and every single time you do that, it does something to you. It just it just makes you say, "Oh, tell me more." And then it gladly complies. And then when you start to see these things and you're like, huh, what? Tell me some more. Like it just, not in a bad way, it teases, it tantalizes. Oh, the law is absolutely amazing. So, yeah. Anyhow, I'll leave y'all with that. K Frame, I reread your email the other day and I thought, oh, thank you. That's a little joke between me and K Frame. Anyhow, y'alls, I love you. And I will wait for Brian to email me what he wants that Bible story to be so I can message Lance. Yeah? All right. Much love, everybody. Much love, my beautiful friend.